It's time. It's time to slip away from your daily chaos and have some fun. This is the Below Grade Podcast, hosted by Josh. Make sure to follow and interact on Instagram and YouTube at Below Grade Podcast. The hatch is now open.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Did you say that? Did you just say the hatch is open? You did? All right, cool. Welcome. Welcome back. For some of you, maybe some of you welcome. It's been a while. Been about 2 months for your listeners. Been about 2 minutes for me because I have to re-record some of this. Doesn't matter. Welcome back. Been a couple months. Had a lot of stuff going on. No excuses. We had a big move. Not a big move. We moved. Moving is moving. Well, maybe not. Because if you move across the street, it's probably not as hard as moving across the world. So it was a average move. Okay, that's what I'll call it. And well, that was probably part of it. And then I don't know. I think what happened was I missed a couple weeks, and then it's just easy to not then too, if that makes sense. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube or Instagram, you'll see the new setup here. Could be below grade, might not be. I'm not, but it doesn't matter. And I got a cool new intro. That's all that matters. That guy's awesome. Paid him, professionally done. Cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that intro. $15 actually. And it sounds pretty cool. Probably gonna have him do an outro. Don't have an outro right now because intros are more fun, you know. Got a lot of things to talk about and catch up with you guys and gals. Got a new segment called Josh Judges. Just came up with that the other day. So if you go on my Instagram, if you listen to the gentleman in the beginning, at Below Grade Podcast, just check in throughout the week. And I'll post some random questions that I encourage you to answer. I will keep all answers anonymous unless you specify that you want to be named. And I'll put the graphics up right here for people watching on YouTube or Instagram. People listening, you can imagine. You know what words look like. It's kind of a cool setup. I kind of like this. It's just nice and clean. Just me and my white tee. Might write a song about that. And it's against the wall. Just a blank wall. I was going to make backgrounds. I was going to put the camera further away like I used to have it. But it's just up nice and close. And when I have a guest, we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I'll make a little more space. All right, let's jump right back into things. So still going to do a crazy Instagram account, CIA segment this week. No Would You Rathers this week, but we're going to jump into the new segment as well soon. But before that, I was going to, a couple things I want to talk about. That's it. You know how it goes here below grade. Slip away. Daily chaos. So I haven't had Facebook for about 2.5 years. And I deleted it because I wasn't really using it. I feel like it's now for older people that just want to argue about politics and weird things. You know, the only thing that why I wish I had one is for Facebook Marketplace and for events. You can still look at events when you don't have an account, but they kind of do it on purpose where you can't see everything. So I end up having to ask my wife, hey, what is on this page? Because they force you to make an account. That's not why I made one, though. I decided to start volunteering for a nonprofit dog adoption agency. So it's a local place here in New England, and they get dogs from the South, get them fostered, get them adopted. Thought it'd be kind of a cool thing because I love dogs, you know. And when I can, I'll help out. When I can't, I won't. That's it, you know. But the reason I make a Facebook, I'll get to that now, is because they have a Facebook page for volunteers where they interact, where they ask when they need things, whatever. And there's really no way around it. So I had to make one last night. Try to make it as private as possible, so it's kind of going to be those things where it's going to be like, good luck finding me, you know? No information, not even my face on there. It's not another person's face, don't worry. Not my full name either, you know? So it'd be very tough to find me. Also, I get why people, it's addicted. Like, I didn't even mean to, and then all of a sudden, it's like, people may know. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen this guy since college. What's he been doing? And next thing you know, you're down a wormhole for 20 minutes for no reason. Like, I literally, like, what am I doing right now? Close it out. This is stupid. I don't, you know? You're, like, caught up. I don't even know how it happens. I do it on YouTube a lot because I'm a big YouTuber. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I'll end up down crazy wormhole. But I think that's different because it's actually like entertainment videos. When you're looking at other people, kind of weird. That, you know what I mean? It's not like you're not watching a movie. So the other thing I did recently was a couple weekends ago I went camping. And it was me and the dog. Me and the dog. He's never been camping. We've had him about 2 years, so as far as I know, he's never been camping. He was about a year old when we got him. It was a lot of fun. We went to State Forest here. It's very large. About 25 minutes away. And same town though. And well, technically might have been the town over where I was, but most of it's in the same town that I live in. And it was a lot of fun, but you know, I kind of thought it was going to be a little more private because you look at the map and they put the little tent sites on a graphic, and then the next tent site to scale, you'd think, all right, that's got to be like 100 feet away. No. There's like a tree and a bush, and then it's the next campsite. There's just heavily coated ground of pine needles, and it's the next campsite. Okay, so not that private at all. Not even close to that private, you know? There's probably like 30 campsites in a little loop on a pond. And then my campsite, I realized why it was available probably is because it was right across the little road from a dumpster and the bathroom house it had men and women's bathrooms, men and women, like a private shower room with a toilet and a sink too, which I did utilize, not for the shower. Because that was the tough part. The dog did okay. I had to put him on a run, but I didn't want to leave him. So if I had to go pee, I just opened the truck door if it was dark out and peed, right? It's fine. I don't want to leave him. I don't trust people. He won't get away or anything, but I don't trust people coming up to him, where they take him, or you know what I mean? His kids around. I don't want him throwing stuff at, whatever. But then I had to use the toilet, so I scurried across and peeked in the private room. I was like, perfect. It had a lock and everything. So I went back, put him on a leash, and I brought him in with me. It was fine. It was a toilet, shower, sink. You know, I didn't shower, but I utilized that room, and he was in there with me. So everything was great. And then we went for a 2-mile hike the next day. I read, did some Sudokus. That's about it. You know, and it could be more private, and then you're paying for that. You know, it's kind of a scam. But there's a reason, because if they just had woods and said, hey, anyone can use these woods, and there was no regulations, the whole forest would burn down in a couple weeks. Easily a couple weeks. There are fire roads there, and I went for a hike, and my buddy lives right there, and he said there's ways, like a lot of the gates aren't closed, so you could easily just go down there and just camp off to the side. Although they do patrol them, so I feel like you would quickly get in trouble for that. But it might be worth a shot just to kind of get away, you know? Because the privacy, it would have been more private and definitely quieter if I just threw a tent in the backyard. This road's the there's a very busy road just across through the woods, and you can hear all the cars. So the car noise might have been a little louder, and then we're on a regular street. Like, the house next door is probably 10 feet away. It's a pretty populated area. Probably would have been quieter. It's kind of like you just took like a block party. It was just like a cul-de-sac, actually. It was a cul-de-sac without driveways and houses. That's kind of what it was like. It was like a little mini neighborhood. And then instead of where they would put the houses, there were like some trees, but you could still see through it. Very straight. That's the only way to explain it, So you had no privacy at all. At least cul-de-sacs, you can go inside, shut your windows. I mean, you hear every conversation. You hear people yelling. There's shirtless guys pulling kids in wagons. There's couples fighting. There's awkward age kids on bikes asking stupid questions. Which, whatever, it's harmless. They're having fun. But it's just not private. You adapt, though. Well, I did at least. Like, by the end of it, I was so used to it. The first night and even morning was kind of a little tough. But you definitely adjust. You get used to it. And I just didn't know it was going to be that loud going in. Yeah, and then, was it in the morning? Yeah, and then one morning, and it wasn't that early. Maybe 9, but I was still in the tent because my dog was still sleeping. That's a true fact. I was up, let him sleep an extra hour, and was I in the tent? It doesn't matter. Maybe I was out of the tent, but I feel like it was during the day, and everyone's, some people playing music, and this campsite not too far away is playing music. Some pretty good campy songs, I guess. I don't know, a little bit of country, a little bit, whatever. It was fine. But then they played the song from Moana. Are you familiar with that song? Because I am, especially now. It is one of these songs here. Is it this one? Yeah. I think it's this one. How far I'll go. Yeah. Huh? From the campsite. I'm like, what are we doing? Or is this a musical in the woods? So they went from that, literally in this order. Okay. They went from that to Old Town Road, which I'm sure everybody's familiar with now. Oh, great. An ad. Well, let's listen to this ad I'm on YouTube on another phone. So everyone's probably familiar with this song now. It's an awesome song. Can't argue that. Then they went, this is such a weird, how do you go from Moana to Old Town Road, which is a new song. Moana's it must be because they're kids. To this. Smash Mouth. All-Star. What just happened? In a row. I kind of hope it was on purpose. Maybe it was on a shuffle. And the best part is, that song by Smash Mouth came out in 1999, 20 years ago. And there was kids riding their bikes around that couldn't have been older than 12 singing it. So it's kind of funny because I was 11 when that song came out. So, you know what I mean? You hear it on the radio. I had the CD. So I wouldn't even expect them to know it. So I think what happened was, it kind of makes sense. So say those kids were born in it was like 8 years, say, before they're born if they were 12. So that'd be a song like when I was 12, that was from 1980. And this would be 2000, which would make sense because my parents would be probably listening to it, right? They were probably teenagers when it came out, or around that, high school. So that would make sense. So these kids' parents were probably like late high school or college when Smash Mouth came out, and now they're playing it. And the kids were riding around singing on their bikes. It's kind of cool. Bringing back some of the greatest music of all time in the 90s. Come back, That was a fun experience. And then the other thing, I cooked. What did I cook? Marinated pork and asparagus. and I had a little. It was kind of cool. It was a little burner, and it sat on one of those like Coleman gas things, and then I cooked that in a frying pan, and it was great until 34 flies just thought it was time for dinner too, and I wasn't feeding them. I was feeding me, and I also gave some to the dog because I'm a nice dog owner, and he's spoiled. And I also had excess. I probably cooked for 2, but I had leftovers and I ate more later that night. And then it kind of dawned on me: does anybody? Because flies are obnoxious, right? They actually kind of went away before the food was even gone. So I don't know how that happened. But is there? I was trying to figure it out. Is there a purpose of houseflies? You know, and there is, because the whole ecosystem, right? Save the bees, although they're not. Bees are very important. Houseflies, I don't think they're that important. And I tried looking it up. And I kind of want them to go extinct. And I understand they probably can't, but I think they could, right? I don't think it would be possible because no one, it would be kind of like an environment thing. I don't think it would ever come to a point where it's like save the houseflies. Housefly purpose. I looked this up. So they help break down and consume garbage, feces, decaying vegetation, and dead animal bodies. We don't need flies. Think about it. What? Food? Like, who cares? No one's just pooping outside. No one's just throwing their garbage on the ground. I understand there's landfills and stuff, but don't worry about that. We're way past that, right? And then other animals, we eat animals. Yeah, the forensic field sometimes uses the appearance of blowfly larvae to help determine the time of death in homicide cases. So if you kill people, you also don't like... No, you do like houseflies. No, it depends, because if it helps them solve it, then you don't. But you might like them because it eats your victims. It's either a serial killer's best friend, a housefly, or a housefly is a serial killer's worst enemy. I don't know. Right? Think about that. Because imagine that if you got caught, you would probably be in a room that looks kind of like this. Imagine that you get arrested and they're like, do you know why we, listen, we know you did it. You're probably wondering how, huh? Well, yeah, I am. I actually am. That's how a serial killer sounds. I actually am, because I thought it was foolproof, and you wouldn't have been able to figure it out. Yeah, well, we did. You see, we analyzed the blowfly larva that was on the body. We determined that the time of death had to be between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Saturday. You were the only person in that area between 6 and 7 p.m. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Damn it, blowfly larvas. Damn it, blowflies. Oh, I wish blowflies were extinct. Or what if, well, not much we can do about this case. All the blowflies got at the body before we could get here. There's no evidence left. Yes. Thanks, blowflies. I'm going to breed more blowflies. I don't know. It's probably more that because if it helps them solve a case, then they probably hate it more. Why are we talking about this? Because why not? That's why. All right, let's get into some stuff here. Let's do crazy Instagram account. How's that sound? Here we go.
Listen carefully. Now that I have your attention, you are about to join a segment called CIA. This is where, here below grade, we analyze and discuss crazy Instagram accounts. I hope you, the listener, along with the actual CIA, will enjoy this segment.
All right. CIA, crazy Instagram account. Or accounts. So this one is, you're going to go to Instagram right now. You're going to type in my mouth is taped. You click that account. Yep. So this is the bio of this person. Single mom. We're already off to a great start. Duct tape enthusiast, etc. No, nothing else. You don't list two things and then say etc. Also, they're not related. I feel like if I was asking someone like, oh yeah, so what's she like? Well, she's a single mom. Oh, okay. Duct tape enthusiast, etc. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. No, that's not an etc. What do you mean? Put more things that are related. Those aren't related. I don't think. It's clearly another fetish thing we got going on here. So first picture, it's just pictures of her mouth taped. This isn't even her. I think it's someone else. Scrolling down to the second. Okay. Yep. What have I stumbled upon? The second picture here is her mouth taped, and she's got collar on. And the third picture is just, yep. This is kind of freaky. Oh, no. Fourth picture, she's fully tied up with duct tape. This isn't good. What are these comments on this fourth picture? Okay. Oh, and another duct tape enthusiast commenting. Somebody put roses. I mean, these people that are commenting, they need to be looked at. You know? This should be an easy way to catch psychopaths that tie people up and kill them. Because this isn't even a sexual thing, I don't think. And this is kind of like, this is scary. They look like they need help in these pictures. I don't think they do. 11,000 followers. I'm just going to call the FBI and say, hi, I have anonymous tip. Go on Instagram. Go on this account called My Mouth is Taped and click on the followers. You're welcome. Put them all on the list. Put them all on the list. And if you need suspects, start there. If you find people that were kidnapped and taped up, start there. This is crazy. I don't even want to keep looking at this. Oh my God. What is going on? What is happening? This picture, if you're not watching on YouTube, this picture, I don't know how many down. Okay. The beautiful, and it tags another account, Hinako Life Art, mummified by her friends. She's fully wrapped head to toe. How do you breathe? Got a little mouth hole and duct tape. I'm freaked out. This is or it's like a rubber suit, a latex suit. What are people, they get that bored? Or there's one. This is also a girl in a straitjacket with a binky in her mouth. Like a baby binky. Little baby thing. Straitjacket.com. In case you're wondering where you can get a straitjacket. Straitjacket.com. Use the promo code all tied up. 15% off. Swipe up. Wow. This is bananas. Well, go check that out if everyone's interested. I can't now anymore. I'm done. Okay, that's it for CIA Crazy Instagram Account of the Week. You can go on your own and check that out. Oh, wow. Bananas. That's just crazy, you know? That's too much for me. You know what else is crazy? I was thinking the other day. I don't know where I was, but I saw someone getting mad. And they were getting mad at something, not someone. And then it kind of dawned on me. It's kind of funny that if you ever get like frustrated, like if I'm getting frustrated with this microphone, and people get mad at inanimate objects, that's pretty funny because that object isn't alive. It had no decision in what's happening, right? You're the only person involved. It doesn't even have any intelligence. Do you know? Technically, even like a plant. Could you get mad at a plant? Maybe. Other than a Venus flytrap, though, it's not going to grab you, so you can't get mad at it. So if you get in the brush, it's your fault. You're in there. If you try to open something or get something to work. You get, oh, the stupid thing, that thing. No, it's whatever you did most likely, or it might already be that way and you're trying to fix something, trying to get a nut loose. Oh, and I've been there and I get mad at the bolt in the whole, whatever it's on. If it's on my truck or something, don't get mad at that thing. It's an inanimate object. If anything, you're going to make it worse or you're going to break it. But it's kind of funny when you think about it, when you watch people get mad at things. They're just things. Don't get mad at them. Okay. That was your PSA of the week. Oh, the other thing I was talking about the other night with my wife is, well, when you think about like baby names nowadays, they're kind of ridiculous, right? But you know what? There's like a lot of, not older names, but names that are, you would consider maybe kind of just typical names, right? There's many people name this, but there's like 5 different names you can call that person, nicknames. For instance, if you're born Robert, that person can go by Robert. They can go by Rob. They can go by Robbie, which, okay. They can also go by Bob, which is a totally different letter. Robert, Rob, and Robbie, stop there. Where did the Bob come from? Did someone think the R was a B? That's probably what happened. And then Bobby is just, so there's like 5 names for that, right? It's ridiculous. My name is Joshua. Josh. That's it. Stop there, right? At least if you got a weird name like Apple, that's it. Unless you call them App, right? Crisco. Their name's Crisco. Maybe Chris for short. Maybe, right? Think about it. It's kind of even better to have weird names like that. At least they can't have, at least they don't have to correct people. Oh, hi, Robert. I actually call him, no, I go by Bob. Oh, you do? Well, then change your name to Bob. Even with the 2, with Joshua and Josh, it's tough for me because people go Joshua. I'm like, well, I don't really like people calling me that. Just call me Josh. But more people get it. It's easier. Or Jonathan and John, right? Although some people, Jonathan, oh, hey, John. Oh, no, call me Jonathan, please. Calm down, all right? It's the same thing. Don't force me to say more syllables, okay? And then I think the best name, the one that's pretty normal is Richard. And you got Richard, you got Rich, you got Richie. That's 3. Ready for this? We're going deeper. We got Rick. Not sure. And I think that's because CH, someone pronounced it Rick. That was foreign and it stuck. That's why. And then you got Ricky. There's 5. Now ready for this? Why stop there? Oh, you said you can call him Rick? You know what? Let's just change that R. I wasn't wearing my glasses. Thought it was a D. Dick and Dickie. 7 names. If you're born Richard, you have 7 guesses to guess what that guy goes by. 7. Now, I have an uncle. His full name's, it's Richard, but he goes by Rick. That's okay, but I'm sure he's battled that forever. And then I got another uncle, though, that's named Ricky. But that's his name, Ricky. So kind of have respect for my grandmother for that. You know what I mean? Because she's like, I ain't doing this whole 7 name thing. It's Ricky. That's it. Right? Kind of makes sense. You know? Although it probably happens to him where he goes and they say, is it Richard, the legal name? He's like, no, it is Ricky. I don't know. I thought of that. That's tough. I should ask them. You know? Get set, like... I almost think like if your name is Richard, you just go by, you have to go, although you don't really want to go by Richard. That's tough. You got to correct people all of the time. At least for me, it's like Joshua. It's like, meh, they'll get the hint. It's close enough. But if your name is Richard and you go by Dickie, you don't even respond probably. If you've been going by Dickie since you were 10, you don't even respond to Richard. So now we got an issue. I don't know. Just something I thought was kind of cool. All right, we're going to jump into the new segment. I don't have an intro song, so it doesn't matter. Josh Judges. I was trying to think of a name. Thought that's a pretty cool name. So the first question I asked was, if I could find it here. All right. Here we go. First question I asked was, what would you name your boat if you had one? Maybe you do have one. So what would you name your boat if you had one? We're just going to go down the list here. First one we got here is Water Bear. What? I don't know. Water Bear. I don't get it. I don't know if I'm going to give like ratings on these answers. I could. I'd be like, that's like a D, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say if I like it or not. That one, I don't really know. I don't know if that's in reference to something and I'm supposed to be getting it right now, but not a huge fan of that one. Okay, that's a sexual reference. So, yeah. All right, how about this? Moth on the Water. It's kind of like smoke on the water. Smoke on the water. Don't like it. SS. Okay, we'll just do the sexual ones because whatever. Mostly, hopefully, everyone's adult listening. SS Rock Hard. Yep, that's clearly sexual. I wouldn't name both that because you're gonna probably attract the wrong people. If you know what I'm saying, guys or gals, not good. You don't want people coming on your boat. You know what I mean? Boarding your boat. Well, this could be taken how you want. SS Raw Dog. It's also a hockey team name, so that's where he's going with that. It's like the hat I'm wearing here, dogs. And then this last one is SS Black Plague. That one is very interesting because you can keep people away. They might think you got the Black Plague on your boat, so maybe that's the intention. Not a bad idea. I don't know what I would name a boat, you know? And I don't think you have to do SS, right? Because isn't SS steamship, everyone? I get most people think a boat's SS, but typically that's a ship. If you have a boat, you can just name it anything. You know? Even something weird. I don't even know what I'd call mine. All I could think of the prettiest name in the world. Jenny. Which also, if you have a boat and you name it after from the movie Forrest Gump, Jenny, I hope your boat sinks. And I hope you're not on it because it's even better that way. You don't experience that. You show up, you're all happy, got the week off, taking the whole family out, maybe on the boat or showing your buddies, yeah, we're going to go have a good time. And you just show up and there's no boat there and you think someone stole it. So you report it and then they start patrolling and they find out it's on the bottom of the harbor. Shouldn't have named your boat Jenny. Should be more original. All right, the next question for Josh Judges. And this is going to get fun. I asked, what's the worst commercial you've seen recently? Okay. What's the worst commercial you've seen recently? It's a good question. This first one says, Sears circa 98, talking about air conditioning. I'll buy it today, I'll buy it tomorrow, right? Let's check this out now. So we're going to go to YouTube. Let's check this out. I think I remember this.
I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Oh, go to bed.
Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central
Go to
air
bed.
conditioning. Get 0%
Oh my
finance
God.
charge, no billing, and
Who
no
bought-
payments
who
until
went to
August
Sears?
with
No
the
wonder-
Sears Charge Home
Okay.
Improvement Plan. Call now for a free in-home.
Are you kidding me, Sears? And they're wondering why they're going out of business? Who did their marketing? Who thought that was a good idea? Let's see if there's any other Sears one. Who did that? What is going on?
Sunshine, I need a drop cloth now.
What?
Some new tubing too. Metal screens, a copper mold. A new diverter and shades of blue. You'll be the first place I run right to.
What?
So new.
The This is the worst commercial I've ever seen in my life. I think I remember that. Also, doesn't make any sense. You just listed products. A screen too. And this and that. You didn't even... And then it's softer side. It's terrible. And these worked. People went to Sears for a bit. The next... That's awesome. The next one is Gillette. And they have Netflix. That's... I'm not going to get into that one. I think it was extreme, that Gillette commercial. I think that's what they're talking about. We're not going to do that. People have seen it. This next one. Enbrel ad featuring Mickelson in daughter is in quotes, but daughter's face is covered entire commercial. Right? So let's check that out. Because I pulled this one up. Who does these? If anything, it makes me not... It makes me not want to buy these products. You know what I mean? Here it is.
To most, he's Phil Mickelson, pro golfer.
Yeah, to everyone.
To me, he's, well, dad. So when his joint pain from psoriatic arthritis got
She's
really
drawing
bad,
a picture.
it scared me.
Yeah.
And what could that pain mean?
Joint pain could mean joint damage. Enbrel helps relieve joint pain, helps stop irreversible
It's like,
joint damage, and
you get
helps
joint
skin
pain.
get clearer. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events.
So if you're just listening, this girl, they don't show her face, which is awesome because clearly it's just an actress, and she's just like sketching things, and then she has a sketching of a bowl of fruit, and then puts the sketching down, and there's just a bowl of fruit behind it. Good job, you drew a bowl of fruit, and he's Phil Mickelson just cutting fruit in the kitchen, handing her pieces of fruit. This is insane. Flipping pancakes. How long did that shot take? How many pancakes did you have to flip? He's probably not even on this stuff either. Probably just like, yeah, I'll take all the money.
Visit Enbrel.com and use the joint damage simulator to see how your joint damage could be progressing.
What is wrong with these people? Like, who's approving these commercials? Like, hey, you guys want to fail? Do you want this company to fail? Good. I got an idea. Let's just do this cheesiest thing ever. If anything, it might work. It's like a double psychology thing. And then people might buy it because it's so dumb. It's so ridiculous. Also, you don't really need to do you really do like commercials for medicine that's prescribed? Because don't the doctors just give it out under the name brand and it's the same as generic? So what does it matter? Or they'll just give the generic. It doesn't matter. You don't go in there and be like, I want this. Although that might be the only company that makes it for now till the patent runs out. Doesn't matter. And then someone else wrote, honestly, all of them. Commercials. Yeah, that's where we're at. I don't even have cable. I don't watch TV, so it works out for me. But I see ads on like YouTube and stuff. That's insane. That's unbelievable. Some of these commercials are so ridiculous. Those Sears ones, I gotta watch more. Let's watch more Sears ones. Let's find another one. Oh, what's this one?
Want a hot deal on a new cooling system? Then wait till you see this offer from Sears Home Central.
I'm hot.
The forecast sticky and humid with a high of 96.
If the thought of another
Where do you live?
summer without
Florida,
the right
Florida.
cooling system makes you sweat, don't call just anyone. Call Sears Home Central. Call now and
Oh,
get
that's
special
awesome. It's
offer
like a
of
family and
0%
the guy, the
financing on energy
father's out,
efficient
the
Kenmore
dad's like
cooling
outside
systems.
trying to fix the air conditioning,
Specialists can
and then he kicks it. That's gonna make it better. Getting all frustrated. I don't know how this thing works, and then he kicks it. Oh, that's awesome. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode here. I hope you guys all had fun. Remember, this podcast, Tell Everyone, can be found anywhere audio, and check it out on YouTube, and then Apple Great Podcast on YouTube and Instagram as well. All right, I'll see you next time. Hopefully it's sooner than later.